We at the State Chamber like to say we're the voice for business here at the state capitol. Well, during the 2025 legislative session, that voice was heard loud and clear.
Fantastic session by really any measurable statistic you want to use, and I think we executed perfectly on what we always try to do. We try to lead with great policy that develops great legislation and then a fantastic advocacy team to get it across the line. That is exactly what happened this year. Particularly no probably better example than what we did on tort reform.
There is no perfect bill, but this is a big step in the right direction for both the employee and the general contractor.
The freshman senator from Jenks talking about SB 642, a new workers' comp law that will protect employers' rights to contract when multiple contractors are involved.
So by being able to specify where the injured employee can go to get their full recovery, that's very important to reduce the costs of businesses across the state, which makes our state a more business-friendly state, and it still takes care of the employee fully.
More important legal reform in House Bill 2619. The new law makes third-party litigation funding agreements discoverable, allowing defendants to better understand what they're up against as the case progresses. Maybe the biggest win of the session for the business community, Senate Bill 453 puts a cap on non-economic damages. It'll help curb nuclear verdicts, protect healthcare providers and rural hospitals, and support a stable insurance market.
Reinstating the cap on non-economic damages is a big win for businesses as a whole, but will play a large role in making sure we have a functioning and thriving healthcare sector that can serve Oklahomans.
The new law also ensures that expert testimony admitted by judges is based on sound science to prevent the use of junk science in our Oklahoma courts.
We are doing our best to become a very, very business-friendly state. That does not mean businesses are not liable for torts that they create or they cause, but we don't need to be having it where it's, a bunch of trial lawyers chasing those businesses around, suing them. So this puts a cap on that. It makes it where injured workers still get benefits that they're owed, but not the awards that put our businesses, make them go do business somewhere else.
Thanks to the leadership of the State Chamber, Pro Tem Paxton, the Senate, the Governor, we were able this year to bring the entire legislature on board and pass significant lawsuit reform in Oklahoma. So now we have a much better system that will make us more competitive with other states. We'll give assurances to businesses that there will not be unchecked claims made on them, but make sure that we look after the interests of both the plaintiffs and the defendants.
This year was a massive year for workforce in Oklahoma, making sure that the pipeline is there for tomorrow. Not just looking at as single events, but thinking of the long-term ecosystem.
The Chamber continued working on workforce this spring, pushing through Senate Bill 662 and 663. The laws hammer out support for the Oklahoma Workforce Commission to make sure we're truly transforming our state's workforce pipelines with the workers Oklahoma's economy needs. The Chamber also helped push through Senate Bill 95. It's a new law that makes it easier for Oklahoma companies to set up internship programs.
The earlier students have the opportunity to see what great jobs are out there, then we want to tailor their educational experiences to then prepare them for that.
In addition to student internships, the State Chamber worked hard to pass Senate Bill 711. It makes sure schools are less concerned about chronic absenteeism and more focused on making sure students are college, military, and career ready.
And this year we were able to secure passage of legislation that ensures we're thinking about the workforce needs now and in 20 years. We're keeping the private sector involved to make sure that what the state is working towards is what the business community and the economy needs.
The Chamber continued to champion tax reform in 2025 with multiple lawmakers pushing pro-growth legislation. Ultimately, the state gets a small personal income tax cut, and more importantly, the 6 brackets have shrunk to 3, something that will make Oklahoma more competitive on the national stage.
We're trying to work this as best we can to still attract more people to come to Oklahoma, because what we find out, you help me on this one, what we find out is when people come here and they bring their businesses here, they say this is a great move, we're glad we're here, we want to stay.
The business community can be really proud of the legislature's commitment to making Oklahoma's tax code the most competitive in the nation. And while the dynamics here in the Capitol and compromises were made that prevented us from getting everything that we wanted in that tax plan, I think that we made some steps towards some comprehensive tax reform.
One of the biggest reasons for all the success this session, strong but cooperative leadership from all branches of state government.
We're coming in this at a new role. What can we do to make things better for the state of Oklahoma? And I think you've seen a culmination of that throughout this session. That doesn't mean we haven't had disagreements. We certainly have. But we've figured out ways to disagree without being disagreeable and really move the state forward.
A special thank you to leadership and to all the legislators that put in so much time and effort towards these big wins for the Oklahoma business community.
It's going to take a while to digest how great this session was, and I really have been proud of our team. We had so many wins this year for the business community, and again, not just for the chamber, but for the business community. It's hard to undersell what a big session this was. Many thanks to the legislature for being pro-business, the governor signing it, and then our fantastic GA team for getting those things across the line. It was a huge session for Oklahoma businesses, and we're just proud to be a part of it.